मतलब सॉल्व कर रहा है यार. थैंक यू.
First time I discuss about the previous lecture pulling force equation and the pushing force equation. Summarize the pulling force equation. Body diagram on the road block, on the road the mass of the block is m and the coefficient of static friction between the road and the block is mu s. The pulling force applied F, this is the pulling force F, then which makes an angle theta with the horizontal component, this is the theta. Then the formula is F pulling force equation, normal equation F pulling force is equal to mu s mg divided by cos theta plus mu s sin theta. This is the normal pulling force equation. Then minimum pulling force F minimum pulling force equation is mu s mg divided by root over 1 plus mu s square. And also next equation is tan theta is equal to mu s. These two equations for minimum pulling force which can help the body start moving on the horizontal load. This is the condition for minimum condition which help for started block on towards the horizontal load. This is the minimum condition. That means যদি সাপোজ যদি একটা ব্লক থেকে এই গ্রাউন্ড রোডের উপরে মিনিমাম পুলিং ফোর্স কত অ্যাপ্লাই করলে বডি মুভস করবে, বডির হরিজন্টাল লোড বরাবর সামনের দিকে ফরওয়ার্ড বা মুভস করবে, তার মিনিমাম পুলিং ফোর্সের ইকুয়েশন হচ্ছে মিউ এস এম জি ডিভাইডেড বাই রুট ওভার 1 প্লাস মিউ এস এস হোল স্কোয়ার. Or next minimum condition is tan theta is equal to mu s. This is also minimum condition. What is the angle tan theta is equal to mu s? Then you have two type of question. This equation is very important for minimum pulling force which can help the body moves forwardly, and what is the angle, and also determine the angle between the force and the horizontal component at which makes an angle with the pulling force can help the body moves forwardly. Two type of question. The question is given below. This is the complete equation of pulling force. There is no other equation in the pulling force equation. This is complete equation of pulling force which can help your numerical problems quickly. This is the minimum condition and it's a normal pulling force. Then if in a question are given below, ten kg of mass of a block kept on horizontal ground, the mu s value, that means coefficient of static friction is 3/4. Coefficient of static friction is 3/4. Then find out the minimum pulling force which can help the block will start moving and also determine the angle at which body move start. So you first time carefully reading the line to line, 10 kg of mass of a block kept on the horizontal road. Then the mu s value, what is the mu s? The coefficient of static friction between the road and the block. Then find out the minimum pulling force. First question number 1 is find out the minimum pulling force which can help the block will start moving. So minimum pulling force equation first can apply it. F minimum pulling force equation is equal to mu s mg divided by root over 1 plus mu s square. So data also given, mu s value 3 by 4, m value the mass of the body 10 kg, and the g value are always constant, that means 10 meter per second square, divided by root over 1 plus mu s value 3 by 4 s whole square. So complete equation is 3 by 4 into 100 divided by 1 plus 9 by 16. 1 plus 9 by 16, then 425, that means 75, divided by root over 1 plus 9 plus 16 means 25 by 16. 25 by 16, that means 5 by 4. Next 75 into 5 by 4 are 4 by 5, 515. So the minimum pulling force is 16 Newton. First answer is given. This is the minimum pulling force equation. Then second question is determine the angle. What is the angle? This is the angle. Which type of question? This is the angle. This is the 10 kg block. Pulling force are applied always obliquely, pulling force. Then this angle can determine, this angle theta. Then next we apply the second equation for minimum pulling force. Tan theta is equal to always mu s vs. So tan theta is equal to mu s value also given 3 by 4. We know the tan theta value. If I draw a triangle, this is the triangle, this angle is theta. Then what is the tan theta? Tan theta is equal to perpendicular distance by base. Perpendicular distance by base. What is the tan theta value? Perpendicular divided by base. According to this data, tan theta is equal to 3 by 4. That means perpendicular value is 3 and the base value is 4. What is the angle 3 by 4? When theta is equal to 37 degree, then tan theta value is equal to 3 by 4. This is the data. Tan theta is equal to, so tan 37 degree. What is the value of 3 by 4? Tan 37 degree. That means theta is equal to 37 degree. So angle also be given 37 degree. So in this question you also find two angle data for tan. This can also help always the friction problem. Tan 37 degree value always 3 by 4 and tan 53 degree value. Tan 53 degree value is 4 by 3. These two data always help in friction problem and others angle related problem. Tan 37 degree is equal to 3 by 4 and tan 55 degree is equal to 4 by 3. So two equations are equal, easily solved. Minimum force equation is directly given from the equation. No block diagram, no explanation. This is the quick method for the minimum pulling force equation, and makes the angle of theta pulling force with horizontal component. The determination process is completely uses tan theta is equal to mu s. This is the limiting condition. Mu s value is given. Then you can remind this data tan 37 degree is equal to 3 by 4 and tan 53 is equal to 4 by 3. So we can put this data 3 by 4 means tan 37 degree. So compare these two data, theta is equal to 37 degree. So two answers are also quickly given. Direct equation are applied for competitive exam for quick study. Please go quick have look. Next, the pulling force. This is the pulling force, complete equation of pulling force. Next, the pushing force. What is the pushing force? What is the pushing force equation? This is the pushing force diagram, block diagram. This is the M block mass and the force applied, pushing force. That means this is the force. This is the pushing force. F pushing force, which makes an angle theta. Which makes an angle theta with the horizontal component. Then find out the pushing force equation. This is the only one data is given. F pushing force equation is mu s mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. This is the one equation only, pushing force equation. One equation is pushing force equation. Mu s mg divided by cos theta and mu s sin theta. There is no minimum pushing force and there is no find out the angle problem. Only one equation, F pushing force is equal to mu s mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. Only one equation. So pulling and pushing force are more important for pulling force equation than due to their minimum pulling force and their determination process of angle. But in the pushing force is only one equation for mu s mg divided by cos theta and minus mu s sin theta. Next problem is the force applied on the body at inclined plane. Other topics theory is force applied. The topic is force applied on inclined plane. On inclined plane. We first time draw the normal diagram. This is the inclined plane. This is a triangle. This plane, that means hypertense. According to English, this is the hypertense. According to Bengali, this is the otibhuj. This is the otibhuj. This is the also named as inclined plane. This is inclined plane. Otibhuj means inclined plane or hypertense according to English. Inclined plane. Then body are kept on this inclined plane. This is the body block, M block mass. The angle of inclination angle theta. What is the theta? Theta is the inclination angle. Inclination angle. Then the block diagram. First time the weight of the body. This direction mg. Then the angle, the normal reaction on the body, this is the n, this is the normal reaction on the body. Then the two component of the mg is a vector quantity, then due to this the mg is a type of force. The weight of the body is a type of force. So the force is a vector quantity. So all vector quantity has two component. Then we draw the angle, this portion, this theta, then this also be theta. This angle also be same for inclination angle. This angle theta, then this angle also theta. So the vector component mg are two component. The component with theta is called mg cos theta, and this angle is also known mg sin theta. Mg sin theta. And also given the coefficient of static friction, that means mu s. Mu s, what is the mu s? Coefficient of static friction between the inclined plane and the block. Between the inclined plane and the block, the coefficient of static friction is mu s. So these three condition, condition number 1, if tan theta value is mu s equal to mu s, then this is the called limiting condition. Which refer block just sleeping motion, ready for sleeping on the block. Sleeping means this inclined plane, the body just ready to sleeping downward, but not sleeping started, ready for sleeping motion. This language is very important. Block just, this language just sleeping motion. This is the called limiting condition. Limiting condition value is tan theta is equal to, if tan theta is equal to mu s, then it is denoted the limiting condition. And next, this language can be expression block just sleeping motion. So in this case, applied force, the friction force. In this case, the friction force is equal to F limiting. That means limiting friction value. What is the value of mu s n? According to block diagram, the compare the y-axis, the n balance the mg cos theta. According to block diagram, n normal reaction balanced mg cos theta, and mg sin theta can help to start the body slipping downward. So the opposite sign, the opposite direction force or friction force will be applied. When the mg sin theta component, the force component are help to body moving downward, then the opposite direction or F limiting or friction force are applied. N is equal to mg cos theta and F limiting is equal to, and F limiting value we know F limiting value is mu s into n. So the value is mu s, n value mg cos theta. According to block diagram, two data are given, n is equal to mg cos theta and F limiting value formula is mu s into n or mu s into r. What is the n? N is the normal direction. The normal equation according to data, n is equal to mg cos theta, so applied this value, mu s is mg cos theta is the F limiting. So this friction force in this case for limiting condition friction force is equal to F limiting, that means mu s into n or mu s mg cos theta. This is the limiting condition. When block just slipping motion, that body cannot moving downwards but ready for slipping down. This word is very important for minimum condition. Second condition, if tan theta value less than mu s value, if tan theta value less than mu s value, then it is denoted static friction. Then it is denoted static friction. Then this case friction force will be, applied force is equal to applied force. What is the applied force in this diagram? Applied force means in which force can help the body will move downward or slipping down. So this is the applied force, mg sin theta. This is the applied force. This force can help the body downwards, moving downwards position. So this is the applied force. So when tan theta is less than mu s, then friction force is equal to applied force. What is the applied force value? mg sin theta. mg sin theta. So two condition. Then the third condition, please इसको quickly छाप लो किताब में. Next third condition will be, then the third condition, if tan theta value greater than mu s value, then friction is kinetic friction. Then friction is kinetic friction. Then the body will slipping down. Body started slipping downward. What is the friction force in this case? Friction force is equal to mu k, not mu s, mu k into n. In this, when tan theta is greater than mu s value, then friction is kinetic friction. What is the meaning of kinetic friction? The body started slipping downward. Friction force is equal to, in this condition, mu k into n. Mu k, n means according to block diagram, n balance mg cos theta. So mu k mg cos theta. This is the three condition of friction force and their type of friction on the inclined plane. This is a complete three formula. This can help the numerical problem. And we also remind this, tan theta greater than mu s, this is the kinetic friction. That means body moves starting slipping downward. What is the friction force in this condition? Mu k into n. What is the mu k? Coefficient of kinetic friction. This is very important. Mu k value is given. Mu k, not mu s. If the question one value mu is given, if in the question mu is given, then you consider mu s, mu k are same. If in a given question only mu data is given, then mu can be applied as mu s as mu k, all are same. But if two data is given in a question, if two data is given, mu s and mu k, two value is given, then when the condition is supported tan theta greater than mu s, then the friction force mu k data are applied, not mu s. This is a complete inclined plane. What is the then the three equation very important for help numerical problem for on inclined plane. On inclined plane, the given question number, the next question, angle of inclination. Question number 2, the angle of inclination of an inclined plane is 60 degree. Inclined plane is 60 degree. Coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction means mu data is given, not mu s and mu k. So mu can apply to both mu s and mu k. Friction between 10 kg body and road and inclined plane and its the coefficient of friction between 10 kg body and the inclined plane is 0.2. The acceleration of the body. Then determine the acceleration of the body. So in this question, the inclination of inclined plane, that means you draw the block diagram, full body diagram. This is the inclination angle, this is the angle, 60 degree is given. Then this is the block are kept on horizontal plane. The block mass is 10 kg mass. Then the coefficient of friction on the between the block and the inclined plane is, then the mu data is given. Mu data is 0.2. This mu only, the language is coefficient of friction, not static friction, not kinetic friction, only coefficient of friction. So you remember this problem. Mu can be applied as mu s and mu k are always same. Mu data is given, that means normal coefficient of friction, that means denoted that mu s is equal to mu k, both value are 0.2. This is the, then determine the acceleration of the body. Then in this question, the acceleration of the body means first the questions are first time you notice the acceleration of the body, that means kinetic friction. When body moves, then the acceleration can occur. So this friction is type of kinetic friction. In this language are clear. Acceleration of the body find out, that means body moves down, slipping downward position, that means kinetic friction. So the acceleration of the body, if the body moves downward on inclined plane, then direct formula applied, downward on inclined plane, then friction is kinetic friction. The acceleration of the body is direct data formula is given. Acceleration of the body in kinetic friction, A is equal to, A is denoted by acceleration. A is equal to G sin theta minus mu s cos theta. This is the direct formula. When friction is kinetic friction, then the acceleration of the body is G sin theta minus mu s cos theta. When body is slipping downward, if body is, next formula, if body moves upward, not downward, if body moves upward, then it gets also kinetic friction. If body moves upward, that means body moves upward motion, then acceleration A is equal to G sin theta plus mu s cos theta. This is the body moves down upward acceleration always in kinetic friction. Upward acceleration in kinetic friction, A is equal to G sin theta plus mu s cos theta, and downward motion the acceleration is G sin theta minus mu s cos theta. according to this question, the acceleration of the body. This is the kinetic friction. Kinetic friction means the body are moves downward, slipping down on the inclined plane. So the acceleration of the body can be applied this equation. Acceleration of the body, this equation, the body moves upwardly, that means this direction cannot be possible. If external force is not applied on the body will not moves forward direction, that means upward direction. Normally body are released from this point, then the body are moves downward position. If external force is not applied on the body, the body cannot move forwardly. So this situation, body moves downward, slipping down, then this is the kinetic friction. The kinetic friction, downward motion, the acceleration is g sin theta minus mu s cos theta. So you can apply this data also in this equation. In this equation you can apply A is equal to g, means g value 10 meter per second square, sin theta angle is given, that means sin 60 degree, minus mu s, the mu data is given, mu data is 0.2. If data is only coefficient of friction is given, then this mu can behave as mu s as mu k. So mu s value 0.2 and cos 60 degree. You 10 sin 60 degree value root 3 by 2 minus 0.2 cos 60 degree value half. This is the answer of acceleration meter per second square. This is the acceleration. Then another two important formula. If the friction is kinetic friction, then if the friction is kinetic friction and the body moves downward direction, then acceleration is equal to g sin theta minus mu s cos theta. And if the body moves upward position, then the equation is same equation, only sign change. Minus are converted into plus, but all are remaining same. This is the numerical problem of the force applied on the inclined plane. The acceleration can be calculated in this method. Next question. This is the normal inclination of on the body and their numerical problem. Then the next theory. Next theory, in an inclined plane, the mass of the block M are kept on inclined plane. The inclination angle is theta. Then what is the minimum force? This is the body in the inclined plane. Normally body moves downward direction. If a force are applied, that means if minimum force are applied on the body can stop their downward direction motion. What is the F means? F means minimum force applied on the body, which stop the downward motion of body. This is the F mean. And the F mean applied parallelly on the inclined plane, parallelly with inclined plane. F are applied the parallel with inclined plane. This is the inclined plane, and the F minimum are applied parallelly. This is the two line are parallel. So the direct equation F minimum force which can help the stop the body downward direction. F means mu s, F minimum force mg sin theta minus mu s cos theta. This is the minimum force. This is the minimum force equation which can stop the body downward motion. A minimum. And another force is applied, maximum force, F max. F max. What is the F max value? F max value mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta. This is the F max value. What is the F max? F minimum. F means the force applied parallelly along the inclined plane which help the stopping motion, the body moving downward direction, then body will stop in this point. This is the minimum force. The minimum force applied on the body which stop the downward motion of the body. What is the maximum force? What is the F max? Maximum force, this force applied on the block, applied on the body which help body moves upward motion along the inclined plane. This is the two equation. What is the F min and F max and their equation? In a given numerical problem, if F maximum value, F max is equal to n time of F minimum value. What is the condition? If maximum force value is n time of F minimum value, then mu value is, then coefficient of friction is n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into tan theta. This is the numerical problem data. If F max value is n time of F minimum value, then the coefficient of friction value is n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 tan theta. This is the equation of the maximum force and the minimum force. And also one extra data is, if in a question F max value is n time of F minimum value, then find out the mu value, then the direct equation is can be applied, n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into tan theta. This type of problem are given this question. Given this question, the minimum force required, question number 3, the minimum force required to move body up and inclined plane of inclination 30 degree is found to be thrice, that means 3 times, thrice the minimum force required prevent it sliding down. Prevent it sliding down the plane. The coefficient of, then find out the coefficient of friction between block and inclined plane. inclined plane. What is the question? The minimum, the maximum force. The maximum force required to move body up an inclined plane of inclination 30 degree. Then the block FPD. This is the inclined plane. Angle are given. Inclination angle is 30 degree. The block are kept on the inclined plane. The minimum two forces are applied, F min and F max. F max. According to data from the question, F max value, maximum force value, how many time? Thrice time of minimum value. Then the F max is equal to 3 time of F minimum value. This is the scanning data from the question. Maximum force value is thrice, that means 3 times of minimum value, F minimum value. This is the line. Then the question is coefficient of friction. Find out the coefficient of friction. That means mu or calculate. This is the data in this question. We know that F max is equal to n times of F minimum according to equation F minimum, and mu value is n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into tan theta. This is the two equation of F max and F min. We compare this equation and the according to question equation. F max is equal to n into F min. Two equations are compared, then n value is 3. Then n value is 3. F max is equal to n into F minimum. This is the equation of the maximum and the minimum force. Then according to data, F max is equal to 3 times of, thrice means 3 times of minimum force. So n value is 3. So mu is directly given n minus 1 divided by n plus 1. That means 3 plus 1 into tan theta. Tan theta value is 30 degrees given, angle of inclination. So 4 by 6. So 2 by 4 into tan 30 degree value 1 by root 3. So answer is 1 by 2 root 3. So answer is 1 by 2 root 3. This is the minimum force and the maximum force question. The maximum value is thrice time of minimum force, and you calculate mu, coefficient of friction. Then we know that the F max is equal to n time of M minimum. We compare these two equations, n value is 3. So direct this equation can be applied. The coefficient of friction is equal to n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into tan theta. What is the theta? Theta is the angle of inclination. That is, this is the angle 30 degree. So put this value and easily find out the coefficient of friction value. This is the numerical problem of F max and F minimum on the inclined plane. These two data can very important for numerical problem of F max and F minimum, and calculate coefficient of friction in the inclined plane. Next, please go quickly shablo. Then another is block and another is track. Another is track and box problem. Another is track and box problem. Track and box problem. Open track and box problem. Very important topics है. Open track. Track means van type of. Open track and box problem. Box. Open track and box. First time theory is given. This is the open track. This is the open track. This is the open track, and there is a box on the opening end. This is the box. This is the box, and this is the open track. Box. The acceleration of the track, that means AT. The acceleration of the track. This is the open track. Acceleration of the track AT. AT means acceleration of track. I consider the track moves forwardly. The acceleration of the track AT is, that means acceleration of track. Acceleration of track. The value of the mass of the box is m. M are kept on the opening end of the track. The box are present on the opening end of the truck, the acceleration of the truck is 80. The truck moves forwardly. Then first the condition 1, if acceleration of the truck is equal to mu s g. What is the mu s? Mu s is the coefficient of static friction between box and the opening end of truck. That means this portion mu s given. If 80 is equal to mu s g, then this is the limiting condition. What is the mean by limiting condition? Box just ready to move. If truck is going forwardly, then the box will move backwardly. Box just read the moves backwardly. Just moves. This condition, box just moves backwardly. This is the condition for limiting condition. Then the friction force, then can be applied friction force in this condition. Friction force is equal to limiting force. Friction force is equal to limiting force F limiting. Friction force is equal to F limiting value. So F limiting value formula is mu s into n. This is the limiting friction. Mu s, the block weight of the box is mg, and the normal reaction R applied on the backwardly opposite direction R. So R balance mg. That means R or n both are equal. Mu s n. So in this condition, if 80 acceleration of the truck is mu s into g, then box just moves backwardly. That means box moving minus negative x-axis. In this condition, find out the friction force. The value is F limiting, that is mu s n or mu s mg. If acceleration of the truck less than mu s into g, then friction is static friction. That means box will remain kept in same position. So in this case, friction force is equal to pseudo force. What is the value of pseudo force? That means mass of the box into acceleration of the truck. This is the two condition. If 80 value, that means acceleration of the truck is equal to mu s into g, then box just moves backwardly. In this case, friction force is equal to value mu s into n or mu s mg. If acceleration of the truck value is less than mu s g, then the friction is static friction. Box will remain constant in their position. There is no relative motion. So the friction force in this condition is equal to pseudo force. What is the value of pseudo force? That means mass of the box into acceleration of the truck. Then the third condition. If acceleration of the truck greater than mu s g, then this is the kinetic friction. What is the meaning of kinetic friction? That means box started moving backwardly. This is the condition 80 greater than mu s g, then the box started moving backwardly. That means block moves in this position. Kinetic friction in this case, the friction force in this case first applied a relative. That means relative acceleration. For the when the friction is kinetic friction, you can justify this condition. Then the next question is relative acceleration value. This is the value of acceleration of the truck minus mu s into g. This is the relative acceleration of the box. A relative of box. Then the friction force in this condition. Friction force in this condition. What is the friction force? That means m into a relative. M into a relative. That means mass of the box into AT. A relative value is given AT minus mu s g. This is a very important point. If AT greater than mu s g, then this is the friction is kinetic friction. Next question: if friction is kinetic friction, then find out the relative acceleration of the box. AT acceleration of the truck minus mu s g. Then the next question: friction force. The friction force are determined by mass of the box into relative acceleration. Relative acceleration is value is given AT minus mu s g. This is a very important for truck and box problem. Another one problem also added in their kinetic friction question. If this is the opening end of the truck. If the box moving backwardly, for in this case kinetic friction, then at a time box will fall on the ground. At a time when the block is moves backwardly, at a time the box will fall on the ground from the truck. Fall on the ground on the truck at a time. The distance of the ending portion of the truck and the box is L. The box is present from the opening end of the open truck L distance. At a time when kinetic friction occurs, then the box moves backwardly. At a time box moves fall on the ground normally. Then the next question is the time needed when the box is fall from the truck to ground. The time taken formula is root over 2L by A relative. This is the formula. In which time the box will fall on the ground from the opening end of the truck. The formula is 2L divided by A relative. That means 2L A relative means drag of the acceleration minus mu s g. This is the value of AT. This is the time value. This is the question: in which time the box will fall on the ground from the opening end of the truck. The box is present L distance from the opening end of the truck. This is the very important for box and truck and box problem. If friction is kinetic friction, you can justify this equation: AT greater than mu s g. Then their relative question is this. The numerical problem in this box and truck box problem for kinetic friction is given below. Truck and box kinetic friction related problem. The rear side means ending side of truck. The rear side truck is open. That means opening portion is end, ending portion is open. The rear side truck is opened and box of mass 50 kg and box of mass 50 kg. Box of mass 50 kg is placed at 3.2 meter away from the open end, away from the open end, away from the open end, the coefficient of friction, the coefficient of friction the coefficient of friction 0.2. If the truck start, if the truck start, if the truck start from rest and moves on a straight road moves on a straight road with acceleration 2.1 meter per second square. The box falls off the truck after which time? This is the question of truck box problem. What is the diagram? This is the truck. This is the opening end of the truck. This is the opening end of the truck. This is the truck. This is the truck. The box is present, 50 kg box. 50 kg box, and the data is placed at 3.2 meter away from the open end. This is the truck, open end of the truck. Away from the open end means open end. This is the opening end of the truck. Away from the open end, the distance, this is the 3.2 meter. Opening end থেকে 3.2 মিটার দূরে বক্সকে রাখা আছে, 50 কেজি বক্সকে। Opening end 50 kg. So distance, this is the distance of 3.2 meter. Then the acceleration of the truck is also given. AT value is given. The acceleration of the truck is 2.1 meter per second square. Meter per second square. In which time the box will fall on the ground. That means in which time, that means বলছে সময় বের করো যে টাইমে বক্স কি করবে, গ্রাউন্ডে এসে পড়ে যাবে। তো ওপেনিং এন্ড থেকে পেরিয়ে গ্রাউন্ডের উপর এসে পড়বে। দ্যাট মিনস দিস ইজ দ্য কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন। দিস ডাটা অলসো, দিস ইজ দ্য কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন। হোয়েন দ্য বক্স মুভস ব্যাকওয়ার্ডলি, then this is the condition for fall down on the ground, otherwise it is not possible. So this is the kinetic friction. Box fall down means, fall down on ground means kinetic friction. So and the coefficient of friction is 0.2, and also another data is given 0.2. This friction is kinetic friction or static friction or limiting condition. In which condition? You first justify AT value. AT value is given 2.1 meter per second square. Then you calculate mu s into G value. Mu s value 0.2, G value always 10. So answer is 2. So in this condition are satisfied, AT value greater than mu s g. AT value 2.1, mu s g value 2. So AT greater than mu s g. This condition is satisfied for kinetic friction. What is the friction? In this case, kinetic friction. Then the time required. That first time, when this is the kinetic friction, then you calculate second step A relative. That means relative acceleration. A relative of box. That means formula AT minus mu s g. AT value 2.1, mu s g value 2. So A relative value 0.1 meter per second square. This is the A relative of the box. Then find out the time. The time formula root over 2L by A relative. What is the L? L is the distance from the opening end away from the opening end from the open track. What is the L length? This is the L. This is the L length. The box present away from the opening end, our distance is L. This distance is also given 3.2 meter. So root over 2 into 3.2 divided by A relative value is given 0.1. 0.1 calculate 10. This is also 10. 10 cancel. So 64. So time is 8 seconds. So time needed, the box fall on the ground from the track, the time needed is 8 seconds. This is the box and track box problem, especially kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is justify AT greater than mu sg. AT value given, mu sg data multiplication, then the relation is AT greater than mu sg. So this is the kinetic friction. Then you find out the A relative of the box, formula AT minus mu sg. The time taken of the box root over 2L by A relative. The data is given and quick their answer. So this is the box track and the box problem. Then next there is a hemispherical bowl. If an insect are crawl মানে হচ্ছে হাঁটছে, একটা ধর হেমিস্ফেরিক্যাল বাউল মানে ধর একটা বাটির মতো, একটা ধর একটা বাটির মতো কোনো শেপ দেখতে, তো নিচ থেকে বাটির বেস থেকে অর্থাৎ বাটির একবারে নিচের পোর্শন থেকে একটা ইনসেক্ট, যে কোনো ইনসেক্ট কী করছে, বাটির গা বেয়ে উপরের দিকে উঠছে। তাহলে সে কতটা হাইট পর্যন্ত সেফলি উঠতে পারবে, কেননা কোনো তো ফ্রিকশন স্লিপিং পোর্শন আছে, স্লিপ করবে বাটি। তাহলে কতটা হাইট পর্যন্ত সে ইজিলি বাটির গা বেয়ে উপরে উঠতে পারবে। দিস ইজ দ্য প্রবলেম অফ হেমিস্ফেরিক্যাল বাউল অ্যান্ড ইনসেক্ট। There is a problem of hemispherical bowl. Hemispherical bowl and insect. Hemispherical bowl and insect. Suppose this is the hemispherical. This is the shape of type of hemispherical. The radius of the hemispherical is r. The radius of the hemispherical is r. One insect are present in this position. This means insect means পতঙ্গ। The পতঙ্গ এইভাবে কি করছে, এই হেমিস্ফেরিক্যাল বাউল বা বাটির এই দেয়াল বেয়ে গা বেয়ে উপরের দিকে উঠছে। সে কতটা হাইট পর্যন্ত সে সেফলি উঠতে পারবে, তারপর কিন্তু সে স্লিপ করবে, বডি স্লিপ করবে। তো আমি এখানে কনসিডার করছি এই হাইটটা হচ্ছে সেফ, এতটা পর্যন্ত এসে সে কী করবে, এরপরেই যখন উঠতে যাবে স্লিপ করবে বডি। তো এখান থেকে হাইট হচ্ছে এটা ধরে নে, এই হাইটটা আমি ধরে নিচ্ছি, কত ম্যাক্সিমাম কত হাইট পর্যন্ত উঠতে পারবে আমি কনসিডার করছি, এই হাইট পর্যন্ত হচ্ছে এই হাইট পর্যন্ত সে উঠতে পারবে। এই হাইট পর্যন্ত সে সেফলি ক্রল মানে হচ্ছে চড়া বা হাঁটা, ক্রল করতে পারবে। এই হাইটটা কত হচ্ছে, আমি এখান থেকে বেস থেকে কত হাইট ধরলাম, এইচ হাইট পর্যন্ত সে গেলে কী করবে, ইজিলি ক্রল করতে পারবে। তাহলে তোকে এই বের করতে দেবে এইচ এর ভ্যালুটা কত হবে। আচ্ছা অ্যাঙ্গেল এখন কোথায় আছে, পতঙ্গ এখানে আছে, এখন কোথায় চলে এসছে পজিশন, এইখানে চলে এসছে, এখন পতঙ্গ এখন এইখানে চলে এসছে, সেফলি এতটার মধ্যে চলে এসছে, কত হাইট, বেস থেকে এইচ হাইট, এটা হচ্ছে সেভ হাইট। আচ্ছা অ্যাঙ্গেল কত সাসপেন্স করছে এখন সেন্টারের সঙ্গে, এটা তো সেন্টারের সঙ্গে ধর অ্যাঙ্গেল এখন কত করছে, থিটা অ্যাঙ্গেল করছে। যত উপর দিকে উঠতে থাকবে ইনসেক্ট তত অ্যাঙ্গেলও বাড়তে থাকবে, কারণ এই লাইন পরপর কি উপর দিকে ধর এইখানে ইনসেক্ট এলো, তাহলে অ্যাঙ্গেলটা পরপর অ্যাঙ্গেল সেন্টারের সঙ্গে বাড়তে থাকবে পরপর। আমি তো এইখান পর্যন্ত সেফ পিরিয়ড ধরছি। তো কোথায় কী বের করতে দেবে ম্যাক্সিমাম হাইট, এইচ ম্যাক্সিমাম হাইট দ্য ইনসেক্ট ক্রল ইজিলি অন দ্য হেমিস্ফেরিক্যাল বাউল। What is the age max value? Age max value is equal to r into 1 minus cos theta. What is the maximum height from the base of the hemispherical bowl in which the insect are safely crawl? This is the equation. Age max value is r into 1 minus cos theta. And another equation is, what is the angle? Angle is tan theta is equal to mu s. What is the mu s? Friction coefficient of friction between insect and the wall of the hemispherical bowl. The coefficient of static friction between this is the mu s. The hemispherical bowl and the insect, this is the mu s, this is the two condition. Age max, the maximum height, shape, crawl on the hemispherical bowl, r into 1 minus cos theta r is the radius of the hemispherical bowl. R is radius. R is radius. R is radius. This is the equation. This is the normal equation. Hemispherical bowl, just basic line problem. Then another problem is if insect is modern insect, he try to crawl on the parabolic equation, not hemispherical bowl. If the insect is try to crawl on the parabolic equation, this is a modern insect. Modern insect are crawl on the hemispheric, not parabolic. This is the parabolic equation. This is the parabolic. This is the parabola. This is the parabola. This is the parabola. Parabolic graph. Insect ধর সেভ হাইট, এইটা তো কনসিডার করছে সেভ হাইট, এটা হচ্ছে সেভ হাইট, এটা হচ্ছে এইচ। এত পর্যন্ত সে উঠলে উইদাউট কোন জার্নি ছাড়াই সে উঠতে পারবে। এখানে ইনসেক্ট এইখানে আছে, ধর এইখানেই আছে ইনসেক্ট, এখানে ইনসেক্ট আছে। আচ্ছা, কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশন কত? মিউ এস ধরে নিন। মিউ এস হচ্ছে কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশন, স্ট্যাটিক ফ্রিকশন, দ্যাট মিনস স্ট্যাটিক ফ্রিকশন between insect and wall of the parabola, between insect and wall of the parabola. And also one extra data also given, the equation of the parabolic equation. If parabolic equation is given, parabolic equation, what is the parabolic equation? Y is equal to, suppose y is equal to kx square. This is the parabolic equation. This is the parabolic equation. We know that the parabolic equation, what is? Y square is equal to 4ax or x square is equal to 4ay. This is the parabolic equation. Then in a given question, the parabolic equation is given y is equal to kx square and the mu s value is given. Then find out the height. Then find out the height in which the insect safely crawl on the parabolic equation. That means কোনো একটা পতঙ্গ ধর এই প্যারাবোলিক ইকুয়েশনে হাঁটতে চাইছে, সে কতটা পর্যন্ত হাঁটবে? ধরলাম এই বেস থেকে এই হাইট পর্যন্ত সে ইজিলি হাঁটতে পারবে, তারপর উঠলে কিন্তু স্লিপ করবে। কারণ কিসের জন্য? ফ্রিকশন থাকবে, ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স অপোজিট দিকে টানবে। এই কন্ডিশনে কি করবে? তোকে বের করতে দেবে কি এই কন্ডিশন, যখন ইনসেক্ট যখন এই সেফ জায়গায় থাকবে তখন তোকে বলবে যে কতটা হাইট থেকে, বেস থেকে কতটা হাইটে সেফ পর্যন্ত হাঁটতে পারবে। কি করে বের করবি? আর কি দেওয়া থাকবে? প্যারাবোলিক ইকুয়েশন তোকে সাপ্লাই করে দেবে। y ইজ ইকুয়াল টু kx স্কোয়ার। ফার্স্ট টাইম কি করবি? ডেরিভেটিভ করবি। ফার্স্ট টাইম ডেরিভেটিভ করবি। y ইজ ইকুয়াল টু kx স্কোয়ার, ফার্স্ট টাইম ডেরিভেটিভ কার রেসপেক্টে করবি? উইথ রেসপেক্ট টু dx। ডেরিভেটিভ উইথ রেসপেক্ট টু dx, দ্যাট মিনস dy বাই dx। dy বাই dx ফর্মুলা k ইজ কনস্ট্যান্ট টার্ম, d বাই dx অফ x স্কোয়ার। What is the d by dx of x square formula? K into x to the power n minus 1, so 2kx. This is the dy by dx. This dy by dx value are equal always, this dy by dx value always equal tan theta. This is a step. First time you calculate, if the parabolic equation is given, then you first time you derivative with respect to dx. The result is this is next step, dy by dx always equal to tan theta. What is the tan theta? We draw a tangent position on the insect. This is the tangent. This is a tangent position. This is the angle theta. This is the angle. The theta is this theta. The tangent draw along the insect on the parabolic equation. So this also angle create theta. This is the tan theta. So first time you calculate dy by dx. If the parabolic equation is given, then first time you derivative dy by dx. Then next follow dy by dx is equal to tan theta. What is the dy by dx? Value is 2kx. 2kx dy by dx value 2kx tan theta. We all remember, we also want formula tan theta is equal to mu s. This data in hemispherical bowl, tan theta is equal to mu s, and also h is equal to r into 1 minus cos theta. These two equations are applied in hemispherical bowl. Hemispherical bowl. Tan theta are mu s. This is a limiting condition. Then tan theta are equal mu s. So x is equal to mu s by 2k. The step wise this equation are solved. First time you derivative the parabolic equation, then dy by dx value is equal to tan theta. Tan theta also equal to mu s. Tan theta also equal to mu s. Then tan theta replace mu s. Then the x value is given. Then the x value is given. Next step. Final step determine the shape height, that means h. Then you calculate the shape height h. What is the h? The h value are determined by the x value is given in this parabolic equation. H value means y. This is the h. What is the h? This is the positive y axis. This is the h value. This is the distance h. The distance is measured along the y axis. So h also equal to y. The value of h are calculated. Kx square is the equation, y is equal to kx square. So if you determine the shape height, then the formula, the main equation y is equal to kx square, the x value is given in this equation. K into x square, x value is mu s divided by 2k whole square. So k into mu s square by 4k square. K cancel. So result is mu s square divided by 4k. So maximum height will be given mu s square is equal to 4. So this problem is stepwise, 3-step process. First time parabolic equation are given, then you first time derivative with respect to dx. The result are equal tan theta, and we also know that tan theta are always equal mu s. So we replace tan theta is equal to mu s, then the x value is given. These data are putting this equation of the parabolic equation x square. X value is putting this equation. The value of y value is also known as maximum height. The y value is known as maximum height. So in this equation, this is the complete 3-step procedure. This is very important for JEE advanced and main, and sometimes NEET के लिए h value hemispherical bowl के में दे सकता है, but this is the mainly problem of JEE advanced and JEE main problem. The hemispherical bowl means this is a parabolic equation. This is the advanced insect. It cannot try the hemispherical bowl crawl. This is the complete 3-step procedure. This is the very important for JEE advanced and main and WBG JEE exam. Next, the block and the wall diagram. Next problem is block and wall diagram. Block and wall. What is the block and wall? This is the wall. This is the wall, and one block is placed. This is the block. This is the wall. This is the block. Mass is m. M is kept on the vertical wall. Then one force is applied in this direction. F is applied on that direction. Mu also data given. Mu, that means coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction also given. Then find out the question is, then find out the value of force. Value of F, that means force in which the block cannot slipping downward. এর মিনিং কি বলতে চাইছে, এটা ভার্টিক্যাল ওয়াল, এইভাবে ওয়াল আছে, ওয়ালের সঙ্গে একটা কি লাগিয়ে দেওয়া আছে, এখানে ওয়াল, এটা এই ওয়ালের সঙ্গে একটা বক্সকে আটকে দেওয়া আছে। এবার এই বক্স আর ওয়াল আর বক্সের মাঝখানে ফ্রিকশন, কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশন কত, মিউ দেওয়া আছে। একটা ফোর্স অ্যাপ্লাই করা হচ্ছে, এইভাবে অ্যাপ্লাই করা হচ্ছে কার উপর, ওই ব্লকের উপরে থিটা অ্যাঙ্গেলে অ্যাপ্লাই করা হচ্ছে। তাহলে তোকে বলছে যে এই ফোর্সের ভ্যালু কত হলে এই ব্লকটা নিচের দিকে আর আসতে পারবে না, নিচের দিকে মুভ করতে পারবে না, মানে স্লিপ করতে পারবে না, সেই ফোর্সের ভ্যালুটা কত হবে। তাহলে এইটা করার জন্য ফার্স্ট টাইম কী করবি দেখ, প্রথম ব্লক এফপিডি আঁকবি, ফুল বডি ডায়াগ্রাম। কী করে আঁকবি ফুল বডি ডায়াগ্রাম, দেখ এখানে ক্লিয়ার করা হচ্ছে। দিস ইজ দ্য ওয়াল, দিস ইজ দ্য ব্লক এম, the force applied, this force F, the angle is theta. Then this component are vector component. This is the angle of F cos theta, this is the angle of this angle. Then you draw the force in this F cos theta, and this component are F sin theta. This component are F sin theta. This is the F cos theta, this is the F sin theta. This is the vector quantity, angle created theta. So the horizontal component cos theta, vertical component sin theta. And the weight of the body, always downward motion. Weight of the body, that means mg, downward motion. And the friction can be applied on the opposite of the force. The friction force are create opposite direction. This is the friction force, F limiting. And the normal reaction applied on the body, normal reaction. This is the normal reaction. This is the normal reaction. N value are applied on the body. This is a full body diagram, FBD. Then you draw the balance equation. N are balance F cos theta. In this equation, N are balance F cos theta. 1. Next, along the y-axis, F sin theta plus F limiting. F sin theta plus F limiting, because they are both in same direction, are balanced mg. Mg are downward direction, mg. So we know that F limiting formula. Is mu s into n. We know that F limiting formula mu s into n. mg. So F sin theta mu s into n. What is the n value? N value is given the diagram. N is equal to F cos theta. So n value is given, F cos theta is equal to mg. Then F sin theta, this side F sin theta, the common portion is F. The common portion is 2 equals to F. That means sin theta plus mu s cos theta is equal to mg. According to the equation, the force value is mg divided by sin theta plus mu s cos theta. This is the force on the wall. এই কোয়ান্টিটির ফোর্সটা এই ব্লকের উপর অ্যাপ্লাই করলে ব্লক ওয়াল থেকে আর নিচের দিকে স্লিপ করতে পারবে না। দিস ইজ দ্য ফোর্স mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta. This is the problem of block and the wall problem. Block and the wall problem. Next problem is block on block diagram. Next problem is block and block diagram. Then I first another problem of hemispherical bowl problem. One extra problem, numerical problem of hemispherical bowl or insect. Hemispherical bowl and insect. One numerical problem. Only hemispherical bowl, not parabolic equation. Parabolic equation are different method. But when a insect crawl on the hemispherical bowl, then we know that two equation. A is equal to r 1 minus cos theta, r tan theta is equal to mu s. The question is the coefficient of friction between a hemispherical bowl and insect is 0.6. The maximum height find the maximum height. Find the maximum height, find the maximum height to which an insect can crawl in the bowl easily, safely or easily. The hemispherical bowl and the insect problem, with two equations and know that H maximum height for safe crawling, H is equal to R into 1 minus cos theta. And another problem is the coefficient of friction between a hemispherical bowl and the radius of the bowl is and the radius of the bowl is also given. That is also 0.6. Then the safe height, the equation I know that R is equal to 0.6, 1 minus cos theta. The unknown data is cos theta. How I found the value of cos theta? Then we know that another equation for hemispherical bowl, tan theta is equal to mu s. So tan theta is equal to mu s. So mu s value is 0.6. Mu s value also 0.6. This is the mu s value. Tan theta is equal to mu x. So we draw a triangle. Tan theta means perpendicular by base. So 0.6 means 6 by 10. That means 3 by 5. So tan theta means perpendicular by base. This is the perpendicular length. This is the 3. And the base length, the 5. This is the angle theta. Then according to this data can help the cos theta value. We know that cos theta is equal to base by hypertense. That means বাংলা যাকে বলা হয় cos theta is equal to ভূমি by অতিভুজ. Base by hypertense, base this is 3, this is 5, then hypertense value is root over 3 square plus 5 square. That means 9 plus 25 root over 34. This is the hypertense length. So base length 5, hypertense length root 34. Then the cos theta value is given. Put this equation 0.6, 1 minus cos theta 5 by root 34. Answer also given. The maximum height at this meter. The two data A is equal to R 1 minus cos theta and the tan theta is equal to mu s. Two data can help this equation supplementarily but complementary. Tan theta is equal to mu s is equal to 0.6, that means 3 by 5. Then tan theta value, then you draw a triangle. Tan theta means perpendicular by base. That means perpendicular length 3, base length 5, perpendicular means লম্ব, এটা হচ্ছে ভূমি 3 by 5. তাহলে এইখান থেকে আমি cos theta ভ্যালু বের করব. Cos theta is equal to হয় ভূমি বাই অতিভুজ. তাহলে এটা কি হবে? অতিভুজের দৈর্ঘ্য হচ্ছে রুট ওভার ভূমি স্কয়ার প্লাস লম্ব স্কয়ার বের করে নিয়েছি। বেস বাই হাইপারটেনস বসিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে, ভ্যালু বেরিয়ে গেছে। হাইপারটেনস মিন্স তির্যক লেন্থ কে base by hypertense 5 by root 3. This is the complete position of hemispherical bowl. The shape height, this is the answer 0.6, 1 minus 5 by root over 34. Then next problem. Next problem or theory as well as theory. If two inclined plane are given, these inclined plane are rough surface. That means almost three. This inclined plane is rough surface. This inclined plane smooth surface. Then one block M and also same block are considered M moving from rest. U is equal to 0. Rest means initial velocity U is equal to 0. Moving downward direction along the inclined plane. So this surface is rough surface.
परपेंडिकुलर तो अबड़ा खबड़ा है, मतलब जो ये है
There, this is the smooth surface. There are two surfaces of inclined plane, rough surface and two surface. Suppose we consider the time taken from the peak point to downward point, the block of the time taken to come out from the peak point to downward point in rough inclined plane, the time taken t rough, t suffix rough. That means কি বলতে চাইছে, ওই ব্লকটা যদি পিক পয়েন্ট অর্থাৎ শীর্ষবিন্দু থেকে যদি নিচের পয়েন্টে আসতে যায় তাহলে কত টাইম লাগবে বলছে, টি টাইম লাগবে। সারফেসটা কেমন, রাফ সারফেস, এই জন্য বলছি টাইম লিখছি সাফিক্স আর লিখছি, রাফ লিখছি, মানে অমসৃণ পথে আসতে কত সময় লাগবে সেটাকে লেখা হচ্ছে টি সাফিক্স রাফ। তেমনি সেম প্রসিডিওর এখানে হবে, পিক পয়েন্ট থেকে আসবে, এসে আসবে কোথায়, শেষ পয়েন্টে, এখানে কত সময় লাগবে লিখছি, টাইম লাগবে টি লাগবে। কোন সারফেসে আসবে, ইনক্লাইন প্লেনটা স্মুথ সারফেস। जो if data is given, if টি রাফ, নিশ্চয়ই রাফ সারফেসে আসতে অনেক বেশি সময় লাগবে স্মুথের থেকে, তাহলে টি রাফ ইজ ইকাল টু এন ইন্টু টি স্মুথ। হোয়াট ইজ দ্য মিনিং দিস ইকুয়েশন, বলছে যদি রাফ সারফেসে আসতে সময় লাগবে স্মুথ সারফেসে আসতে যা সময় লাগবে তার এন গুণ সময় লাগবে, এটাই স্বাভাবিক, কারণ রাফ সারফেসে আসতে বেশি সময় লাগে। তাহলে তোকে এখানে ডাইরেক্ট কোশ্চেন দেবে যে কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশনের ভ্যালু বের কর, মিউর ভ্যালু বের কর, তোকে এই ডেটা তোকে সাপ্লাই দেবে যে রাফ সারফেসে আসতে কত সময় লাগছে স্মুথের থেকে কত গুণ বেশি সময় লাগছে, তোকে তারপর কোশ্চেন দেবে মিউর ভ্যালু অর্থাৎ কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশনের ভ্যালু বের করতে। ডাইরেক্ট ফর্মুলা বসাবি, সেটা হচ্ছে 1 মাইনাস 1 বাই এন স্কোয়ার, 1 মাইনাস 1 বাই এন স্কোয়ার ইন্টু ট্যান থিটা। থিটা ইনক্লিনেশন অফ অ্যাঙ্গেল, দিস থিটা অলসো গিভেন, this theta value also given, tan theta. So 1 minus 1 by n square into tan theta. Theta is inclination angle, that means this is the theta, inclination angle. This is the quick procedure for rough surface and the smooth surface question. You always question the coefficient of friction. Then value 1 minus, this is the n value. Suppose that according to question, T rough is equal to 3 into T half, 3 স্মুথ। বলছে যে রাফ সারফেসে আসতে যে সময় লাগে স্মুথ সারফেসে আসতে যে সময় লাগে তার থেকে কার থেকে রাফ সারফেসে আসতে সময়টা লাগবে স্মুথ সারফেসে আসতে যা সময় লাগে তার 3 গুণ বেশি সময় লাগবে। এটা তোকে দেওয়া আছে কোশ্চেনে, তোকে তখন নেক্সট কোশ্চেন কি বলবে, বের কর এই এর কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশন কত। এই ব্লক আর ইনক্লাইন প্লেনের যে মাঝখানে যে দুজনে যে মিড পয়েন্টে যে ফ্রিকশন কাজ করছে সেখানে তার কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ ফ্রিকশনের ভ্যালু কত, ডাইরেক্ট এই ফর্মুলাটা মনে রাখবি, 1 মাইনাস 1 বাই এন স্কোয়ার, এন কত কম্পেয়ার কর দুটো ভ্যালু, দুটো ইকুয়েশন কম্পেয়ার কর, টি রাফ ইজ ইকুয়াল টু এন ইন্টু টি স্মুথ, এটা হচ্ছে নর্মাল ইকুয়েশন, এটা হচ্ছে কোশ্চেন থেকে পাওয়া ইকুয়েশন। তাহলে এখান থেকে পাওয়া যাচ্ছে এন এর ভ্যালু 3, তাহলে এখানে 3 বসিয়ে দিই, 3 স্কোয়ার ট্যান থিটা, থিটা তোকে দিয়ে দেবে, থিটার ভ্যালু তোকে পরীক্ষা দিয়ে সাপ্লাই করা থাকবে। তাহলে 1 মাইনাস 1 যেটা করবি ক্যালকুলেট নর্মাল জিনিস, 1 মাইনাস 1 বাই 9 ট্যান থিটা, দিস ইজ দ্য ভ্যালু অফ কোএফিসিয়েন্ট অফ friction value. This is the rough surface and the inclined plane surface, and also a small friction problem for if an inclined plane are considered, the inclined plane of mass m and the one another block are kept on the inclined plane, this is the mass m, this is the m, the force applied on the inclined body is F. The force applied, the direction is main point. What is the direction of force? Along the perpendicular length of the inclined plane, force. Then this is the angle. This is the angle. Then you calculate. First time you calculate the first equation, acceleration of the body. Acceleration is equal to F divided by capital M plus small m. In this case diagram, acceleration of the body is F divided by M plus M. Next, the normal reaction on the body. The normal reaction on the body n value also given, direct equation, n is equal to mg by cos theta. If the diagram is given this style, but this procedure, then the question has first time acceleration also given, then the n value also calculate, n value is mg by cos theta, and next the value of A value, acceleration value, and the normal reaction value are two data are also given, and also acceleration in this case F value is equal to mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. This is the maximum force value, F max. In this equation, F max value. Next, also calculate F minimum value, mg sin theta minus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta plus mu s sin theta. This is the two equation in this diagram. If the force is applied on the incline, the perpendicular distance of the inclined plane, then first time calculate acceleration, then normal reaction on the body of the block. Next calculation maximum force value mg sin theta plus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta, and the minimum force value is mg sin theta minus mu s cos theta divided by cos theta plus mu s sin theta. This is the full body diagram. Then next problem.
Also sign change. Maximum.
Then this is the inclined plane. Force applied direction is this direction. The direction is changes. The block M, angle theta. Then first time you calculate acceleration. Acceleration of the body. A is equal to g by tan theta. What is the equation? A is equal to g by tan theta. If direction of the force is opposite, A is equal to g by tan theta, the acceleration value. If force are directed this direction, angle theta, block of the mass of the block M, then this condition acceleration is equal to g into tan theta. The equation are fully dependent on direction of the force. If force negative x-axis on the block, then the acceleration of the block is g by tan theta, and in this case the force applied positive x-axis, then the acceleration is g into tan theta. Then this is another procedure. This is the track. One block is kept in this position. One block M. The track of the acceleration. This is the track. Track of the acceleration is 80. What is the 80? Track of acceleration of the track. Acceleration of track. Then in condition, the block not fall from the track when acceleration of the track 80 greater than mu s c. Mu s means coefficient of stratification in the between the two surfaces. 80 greater than mu s g. And the friction in this question, friction force calculate. What is the friction force in this condition? M, mass of the block, and the weight of the body. That means applied force. This force, weight mg, downward direction. In this open track box, the block are kept on the vertical position of the track. Previous question, Open tracks and box problem. Box is present horizontal on the surface of the track. This problem is vertical. Box is present vertical surface of the track. Then the friction force value is m into just normal m into g. Friction force is equal to m into g value. M into g value. The track problem has two problems. One horizontal track and the box. Next, the track and the vertical position of the mass of the block is vertical on the track. This is the two type of question. Horizontal track box problem. This is the vertical track box problem. Vertical track box problem. যাতে কি বলতে চাইছে তোর এই মাসটা যাতে এই ট্রাক থেকে যেন নিচের দিকে না পড়ে যায়, তাহলে তোর সেই কন্ডিশনে ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সটা বা ঘর্ষণ বলটা কত হবে, সেটা হচ্ছে যে ওই ব্লকের যে ওয়েটটা ওটাই তার হচ্ছে ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের সঙ্গে সমান, মানে এটা হচ্ছে তোর অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্স যেটাকে বলা হয় অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্স। কখন হবে? যদি 80 গ্রেটার দেন মিটার। নর্মাল ব্যাপার, যত গাড়ি স্পিডে যাবে, যত ট্রাক স্পিডে যাবে, তত কি হবে এই বডিটা ওর গায়ে আটকে থাকবে, যখন স্পিড স্লো করবে তখন এই বডি নিচে দিকে পড়ে যাবে, ঠিক আছে? এটা হচ্ছে কন্ডিশন। তো হোয়েন এ অ্যাক্সিলারেশন অফ দ্য ট্রাক গ্রেটার দেন মিউ এস এম জি। দেন দ্য ফাইনাল প্রবলেম a block this is the pulley, this is the rope M2 and the one block is present, this is the M1, the block diagram. This is the block diagram. M1 and M2 two mass are connected by a string. String means দড়ি, যেটাকে বলছি বাংলায় রোপ। স্ট্রিং কি দিয়ে আটকানো আছে মাঝখানে? পুলি দিয়ে আটকানো আছে, নাহলে তো বডি মুভ করতে পারবে না।
স্যার এটা পুলি ট্রিক, তো পুলি ট্রিক বলছে, এটা পুলি ট্রিক।
এটা পুলি ট্রিক্স নয়, লস অফ মোশনের পুরো পুলি ট্রিক্স আছে এখানে। এখানে ওর কিছু নর্মাল অ্যাপ্লিকেশন, ফ্রিকশন দিয়েই হবে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন। তো এখানে কি করবে, এখানে একটা ব্লক আছে, এই ব্লকের উপর দুটো মাস আছে M1 আর M2, পুলি দিয়ে দুটোকে রোপ দিয়ে আটকানো আছে, ঠিক আছে? এবারে তো কি বলবে এখানে, হ্যাঁ অ্যাঙ্গেল কত বলবে, অ্যাঙ্গেল কত হবে এখানে, ইনক্লাইনেশন অ্যাঙ্গেল তোকে বললো ধর থিটা বললো, অ্যাঙ্গেল দেওয়া আছে থিটা, ইনক্লাইনেশন অ্যাঙ্গেল কত, থিটার ভ্যালু দেওয়া থাকবে, ইনক্লাইনেশন অ্যাঙ্গেল হচ্ছে থিটা। তোকে জিজ্ঞাসা করবে তাহলে এটা ধর একটা ইয়ে ধর না, কারই ধর এভাবে আটকানো আছে দুটো মাস, এই সামনের দিকে যাচ্ছে মুভিং ফরওয়ার্ডলি। দেন অনলি ওয়ান কোয়েশ্চেন, অ্যাক্সিলারেশন অফ দ্য car. This is the car, a car is equal to g by m2 by m1, এটা মনে রাখতে পারিস, অথবা কি মানতে পারিস, g into m1 divided by m2. This is a direct equation. Quick question is direct applied in this block diagram. The acceleration of the car in this situation, acceleration of the car is g by m2 by m1. This means this mass divided by this mass, that means the final result is g into m1 into m2. This short tricks method can help for competitive examiner quickly to solve the problem in the given time. The another topics, the last topics, this is the block and block diagram. This is the block and block diagram. Friction के लिए last topics, block and block diagram. What is the block and block diagram? This is the ground. One block is present. This mass is M2. Another block is present on the block. This is the M1. The coefficient of friction between the two block, this is the A block, this is the B block. The coefficient of friction between the two block is mu s, is given. The coefficient of friction between the two block, A and B block, coefficient of friction mu s. The force applied along the positive x-axis on the big block or larger block. A force applied on the positive x-axis on the larger block, then calculate friction force and acceleration. Find friction force and acceleration in two cases. One case is when two body moves together. একসঙ্গে যাবে, দুটো বডি একসঙ্গে যাবে, কেউ আগে যাবে না, কেউ পিছিয়েও যাবে না। একটা যদি আগে সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে যায় তাহলে আরেকটা তো পেছনে পড়ে যাবে। দুটো বডি একসঙ্গে মুভ করবে। when two body moves together, and another condition is two body move separately. Find out the friction force and the acceleration. In which two condition? If question is when two body moves together or the two body moves separately, then the question is, then the solving problem, first time you draw the F limiting value, calculate first time step 1, calculate maximum force, F max, that means maximum friction force between the two block. First time calculate F max between two block. What is the maximum force equation? Mu s into n. What is the n? N means the normal reaction on the first block. This is the normal reaction. What is the normal reaction of the first block? This normal reaction on the first block, not second block. Normal reaction on first block. First block. The first block mass m1, weight m1g, and the normal reaction is n. So the normal reaction is mu s into m1g. This is the F max, that means the friction force. This is the friction F max. F max are formed in this direction. F max value, this is the mu s into m1g. And also this F max also applied in this direction. F max. This is the block and on block diagram. First time you calculate F max between the two block. What is the procedure of the determination process of F max? Mu s into n. What is the n? N is the normal reaction on first block, that means m1 body. So first reaction normal reaction is balanced m1g. Then calculate step 1, then calculate acceleration A is equal to total applied force, that means F, divided by total mass m1 plus m2. In which condition acceleration are counted? When two body moves together. যখন দুটো বডি একসঙ্গে সামনের দিকে যাবে, বডি মুভস টুগেদার, তখন তো কি তখন তো যদি বলে অ্যাক্সেলারেশন বের করতে, যখন বলে দুটো বডি একসঙ্গে সামনের দিকে মুভ করছে, তখন অ্যাক্সেলারেশন বের করতে হলে কেমন করে বের করবে? টোটাল ফোর্স ডিভাইডেড বাই টোটাল মাস। দেন ফার্স্ট if a value, that means acceleration value, if a value, then third process you calculate friction force between two block. This is the maximum friction force. This is the normal friction force between the two block. That means a friction force between two block, formula friction force between two block, the mass of the first body, that means m1 into a. This is the complete procedure. First time you calculate maximum force between the two block. Equation mu s into n. What is the n? N is the normal reaction on the first block. What is the normal reaction? This is the diagram. Normal reaction n is equal to m1g. Then you calculate when two body moves together. You consider the two body moves together. Then the net acceleration is equal to F divided by m1 plus m2. Third step, friction force between two block. এই দুটো ব্লকের মধ্যে কি বের করবে? ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স কত কাজ করছে, এর ফর্মুলা কি? ফার্স্ট ব্লকের মাস ইন্টু যে এখান থেকে যে ভ্যালুটা বেরোবে অ্যাক্সিলারেশন যে ভ্যালুটা তাকে মাল্টিপ্লিকেশন করে দেয়, বেরিয়ে যাবে ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স বিটুইন টু ব্লক। ফোর্থ পয়েন্ট, step number 4, if that means friction force less than friction force value between the two block less than F max. What is the condition? The friction force between the two block are less than the maximum friction force between the two block. This is the maximum friction force between the two block. This is the normal friction force between the two block. This is the equation. F less than F max. Then friction is static friction. Static friction means, what is the meaning of static friction? Body moves together. Acceleration. In this case, acceleration, net force, total force divided by total mass. When body moves together. Then number 5, if friction force between two block greater than F max, that means maximum friction force এর থেকে যদি নর্মাল ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের ভ্যালু বেশি হয় তাহলে কি করবে? তাহলে সেটাকে বলা হয় কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন. In this case, acceleration also calculate differently. If friction is kinetic friction, determination process of kinetic friction, this is the condition. Then the two block moves different accelerated motion. That means দুটো ব্লকেরই অ্যাক্সিলারেশন কিন্তু আলাদা আলাদা হবে। তোর যখন স্ট্যাটিক ফ্রিকশন কন্ডিশন হবে তখন এই ব্লক দুটো একসঙ্গে মুভ করবে আর তাদের অ্যাক্সিলারেশন দুজনেরই একই হবে। সেই ইকুয়েশন, সেই অ্যাক্সিলারেশনটা কত হবে? সেটা হচ্ছে F বাই ডিভাইড বাই M1 প্লাস M2, দুটো বডিরই হবে। এরও যা এইটা হবে, সেকেন্ড বডিরও এটা হবে, সেম দুজনের কমন অ্যাক্সিলারেশন হয় F বাই M1 প্লাস M2 যখন ফ্রিকশনটা স্ট্যাটিক ফ্রিকশন। বুঝবি কেমন? কন্ডিশন হচ্ছে এটা। নেক্সট, যদি উল্টো একটা হয় তখন সেটাকে বলে কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন। কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন হলে কী করবে? দুটো বডি একসঙ্গে মুভ করবে না, কেউ সামনের দিকে আগে এগোবে, কেউ পেছন তার যাবে। মনে হচ্ছে কি দুজনে তো দুটো বডিরই ত্বরণ, অ্যাক্সিলারেশন মানে ত্বরণ আলাদা আলাদা হবে। কী করে অ্যাক্সিলারেশন বের করবি? দুটো বডি আলাদা আলাদা কী করে অ্যাক্সিলারেশন বের করবি? ফার্স্ট বডির অ্যাক্সিলারেশন বের করতে চাইছিস, কী করে বের করবি? যদি কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন হয় দেখ কেমন বের করবি কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন। ফার্স্ট বডির হবে, তার ব্লক ডায়াগ্রাম এখানে উপরে কোনটা আছে? M1 আছে, M1 আছে। এদিকে কে কাজ করছে? F কাজ করছে, নর্মাল ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স কাজ করছে এইদিকে, F কাজ করছে এইদিকে। তাহলে এইটাই তার এই ব্লকের উপর একটাই ফোর্স কাজ করছে, সেটা হচ্ছে ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স। তাহলে এই ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের ভ্যালু তো আগে থেকে বের করে নিয়েছি। স্যার ফর্মুলা কি? F ইকুয়াল টু M1 ইন্টু A। নর্মাল ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের ইকুয়েশন কি হয়? M1 ইন্টু A। A মানে কমন অ্যাক্সিলারেশন, F ডিভাইডেড বাই M1 প্লাস M2 কমন অ্যাক্সিলারেশন। তাহলে এখান থেকে F বের করে নিবি, F এর ভ্যালুটা এখানে পুট হবে। তাহলে F এই ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের ভ্যালু কার সঙ্গে ইকুয়াল হবে? M1 ইন্টু ধরে নেই এর অ্যাক্সিলারেশন হবে A1। তাহলে M1 ইন্টু A1, F এর ভ্যালু এখান থেকে ক্যালকুলেট করবি, এই ইকুয়েশনে বসিয়ে দিবি, এখান থেকে পেয়ে যাবি যে ফার্স্ট বডির কত অ্যাক্সিলারেশন হবে, F বাই M1। অ্যান্সার বেরিয়ে যাবে ফার্স্ট বডি কত অ্যাক্সিলারেশন, কারণ এটা কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন, দুটো বডি ডিফারেন্টভাবে মুভ করবে। তেমনি সেকেন্ড বডিটা বের করবে। সেকেন্ড বডি ডায়াগ্রাম দেখ, সেকেন্ড বডির উপর কে কাজ করছে? এইদিকে F কাজ করছে, এইদিকে F ম্যাক্স কাজ করছে। সেকেন্ড বডি যদি ডায়াগ্রাম আঁকিস কেমন হবে? সেকেন্ড বডি যেটা লার্জার বডি M2, তার উপর দুটো ফোর্স, এইদিকে তো একটা অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্স F দেওয়া আছে, আর এইদিকে কে কাজ করছে? এর উপর আরেকটা ব্লক আছে M1। তাহলে এইদিকে কে কাজ করছে? এর FS কাজ করছে, ওই যে তোর এই F ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স কাজ করছে F। তাহলে এখানে কী বের করতে হবে? সেকেন্ড বডির জন্য নেট ফোর্স বের করতে হবে, F নেট ফোর্স বের করবি কী করে? অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্স, যে ফোর্সটা বড় হবে, এটা যদি বড় হয় এইটা, না যদি ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সটা বড় হয় এইটা, তাহলে বড় থেকে ছোটোটা মাইনাস করবি। আমি ধরছি ধর অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্সটা বড়, কার থেকে? ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের থেকে, এটা আমি কনসিডার করছি। তাহলে F মাইনাস স্মল এ ভালো, এফ মাইনাস স্মল এ, এটাকে কার সঙ্গে ইকুয়াল করে দিবি এম টু ইন্টু এ, এইটাকে কার সঙ্গে ইকুয়াল করে দিবি এম টু ইন্টু সেকেন্ড বডিটা এ বের করছিস এম টু ইন্টু এর অ্যাক্সিলারেশন ধরে নিবি এ টু, তাহলে এ টুর ভ্যালু কত বেরোবে এ টু ইজ ইকুয়াল টু অ্যাপ্লাইড ফোর্স মাইনাস ফ্রিকশন ফোর্স, ফ্রিকশন ফোর্সের ভ্যালু এ ভ্যালু বের করার ফর প্রসেস মাইনাস আর ডিভাইডেড বাই এম টু, তাহলে দুটো বডির অ্যাক্সিলারেশন আলাদা আলাদা করে বেরিয়ে গেল যদি কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন হয়, যদি কাইনেটিক ফ্রিকশন হয় দুজনের, এটা হচ্ছে তো কমপ্লিট ফ্রিকশন দ্য অল প্রবলেম ফর দ্য পারপাস অফ দ্য ফ্রিকশন অফ নিউমেরিক্যাল প্রবলেম আর কম্পিটিটিভ এক্সাম আর অলসো কমপ্লিটেড। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक्स नेक्स्ट वीडियो में फिजिक्स का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चैप्टर डिस्कस, नेक्स्ट क्लास में इलेक्ट्रिक चैप्टर का फुल डिस्क्रिप्शन फॉर द कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम, शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स एंड द इलाबोरेशन फॉर द बोर्ड एग्जाम also to discuss about next video. Thank you for watching.